Capital Med, the latest, newest, and the very well structured pharmacy in town at the moment. If you're a pharmacy owner, chemical shop owner, more friend or a drugstore, no, if you are chip zone compact clinic, hospitals, and lab technicians, we have Capital Med here in Cape Coast for you. Anywhere in Central Region, you can contact us and we'll deliver great prices, great drugs. I mean, we buy drugs. Our drugs are quality drugs and still at very low prices. We do wholesale. In fact, remember to who be our wholesale prices. The what we want to do at Capital Med is that we want to bring you gloves, giving sets, syringes, sample bottles, rapid test kits, all of them at wholesale prices and at least prices. If you are a drugstore or you want us to supply you drugs on credit to support your business, be a favorable drugstore na pede then you more drugs be you more drew na start na tua na kan kakra Capital Med yes the bra na yambo. If you are anywhere in Cape Coast, you can find us at Pedu on Kwame Walker Avenue at an MEJ Choba. You Hona Cape Coast intermittent traffic light no. Your junction light na inya bu left if you Pedu Roko Abra inya bu left if you Abra be Pedu all right. Ibu damwe na bohu yen pink what do you call it? Pink, beautiful edifice there. Capital Med. We are here to help you. From the shop, you can get a car quickly to wherever you are in Cape Coast. You can get all your drugs, including infusions, injections, tablets, syrups, and creams for most of the Ghanaian and international brands. We also have medical diagnostic consumables such as sample bottles, speculums, gloves, syringes, giving sets, everything. Our as I paid is a boy hospital, boy clinic, ni bibiano. About Capital Med, I will give it to you at very wholesale prices, at very affordable prices. But join the QBR, then no. When you come, we deliver it to you. You can also call us and we'll bring it to you at your doorstep. Call us on 050 5412772 Amazing Grace Opticals and Accessories. A newer problem be Amazing Grace, the brand name ball. Amazing Grace Opticals and Accessories, eye consultation, lens and frame, dispensing of sunglasses, corporate eye care services, eye health education. Even if you can't come into Mumbai and home, Amazing Grace there. Our my embro fie fa machines in brefi na emboshe grandma emboshe popi a onto Mumbai clinic emboshe na nyu asem nyina amo Amazing Grace yena manyi 0553 364 281 Amazing Grace juma from Mondays to Fridays yewo abum no yewo AME Zion School Junction wo Coronation Junction ho edu ho ara ebisa mama tini nchen ho a Amazing Grace Opticals top ideas roofing ihe na yenti no yempede ikruda na 1 year 2 year time na afi dan ntumi ye den ntumi ndampo nwina ne ofrend den color ni nyina efe no who's a brown as you say yellow as you say white as you yes yam of 15 to 20 years warranty top ideas roofing friend na yaba free advice free quotation na pede we keep cause yaba delivery free this is top ideas roofing but we and Maureen Tollbooth opposite the Glory Oil filling station now Abra Stadium Junction close to the food vending joint top ideas yana my 0542 847049 Top Ideas Roofing. This is Hope Inspirations, and what we are doing is to educate, is to inspire, and to inform. As I am the church, na then year kanzama oboboy. In the years in Como fa in hospitals and some see na ze obis one medrubia so na yɛkɔ kurom kakra na yɛkɛbisa nsɛmsɛm a nkɔfo dwene. This is our new way of trying to find out what people think. So we have a research team now that go outside to deal with some of these issues. Nti yɛkɔ kurom kakra na yɛkɛtete ma amanfo wɔdwene fa hospital in Zamoroko. Yenti na area introduce and guest na yɛatoa no. Please let's listen.
Isi omu court. Open way there, but I say, me I deba quite to hospital, Muskan, Miss Hospital court, and say, maybe Kakrabeson come Yariko Hospital. You okay, kus, na in drum with them Yareno Enco, some Wiska, and Miss Hospital no ever court because of this. Emergency obekono na obehwe nipa no obeti no hwe nipa no osi materials ni ho enema ni ho a obede behwe omo eri to so mienu obefre anaso be contact nurse ni na obehwe nipa na yede na ba emergency no na ote ho emienu na phone na on necessity ni bia mfaso ni so abra nipa no so ewo in danger nyankopon anase obetumi etumi hwe no ko obetumi ade ate apo no gina ho na oye o san fre no ko ana o san di watem nti ni niam menu a me like ye kran ka metumi esi omoko
lab no but the request ne beba no bon say I was send lab ni bi wo a I was so ko tueska na the receipt here then eba unya ka say o lab we dey just say tueska pe otimi to insurance ne bo etimi e ka kira o say na insurance na o de buy no na mfa so be na wo so. This is some of the cases a tie koso na me bebre aside here near hano a tie koso bebre ubu ba oba ni tiri uponya say insurance ekofa bibia na so okoko wie doctor na aside no bon say ni ncheche mu ne be bia ne ho mfa no na kwakwa bibia o say another additional lab bia den edema no bon say na sa lab ni bia emfa say lab bi ti say kidney function test or sa ho a test anasa o blood ho test a otim say no cost kakra obeka se wonko tue scamra no bon se wa to insurance na den abo say the insurance na ekuta na mfa so be na wo so we akoye nyoma bi a ha adwen e wo yen facility.
Okay. All right. I think we'll end it here, and thank you very much. So we have in Zambia Kofo Kanfa Morocco Hospital. So we have a lawyer here, and Obobo Hemayate Nayat in Zambia Sekakra. The Ebanaze na all the Yajunu Ebanaze na all the Yetsase or them hospital corner. Yenna health workers in terms of in fact I'm privileged to have lawyer Lolonyo with us. I hope I've mentioned the name very well, lawyer.
Yes, you have.
All right, please. He's a private legal practitioner, and we are privileged to have him. We are waiting for another wonderful lawyer who will be joining us very soon. So whilst we wait for him, we have lawyer Lolonyo with us. No, thank you very much for making time. That's we bring your time.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm privileged.
Okay, please.
I've had a chance to listen to your program a few occasions.
Okay, please.
I think you are doing a very good job.
Oh, thank you.
So, thank you to your elbows, and I count myself blessed to be among the many august visitors or august guests that you've had on your show.
Yeah. We've been having a wonderful time. So, you are taking it from the angle of health workers, you know. And to say, me, and you better health workers in the angle, we are not about patient, you know. I also have a hospital, and Zama Ghana ban or more who can there, then. And see, here are health workers. Sometimes, what we do here, normally we combine the English with the as a fresh we hope lawyer will help us with combining the language for us.
No problem.
All right. Okay, lawyer. So, in a more hospital, no problem. Sometimes in your became obviously or catch some rude attitude towards us, and a whole lot of things. We want you to help us to understand Ghana Brano Ebana Semna or Kafa. Medical legal issues from the angle of the health workers, and so we want you to give us what Ghana's law says to some of these things.
So as I indicated to you when you invited me for this program, I said both are so related and interdependent on each other. So you can hardly talk about what
One says.
works out for the health worker without talking about what works out for the patient.
Okay.
Because without the patient, there's no health worker, and vice versa.
Exactly.
So, whichever breach the health worker may engage in affects the patient.
Yeah.
But whichever, let's say, uncivil attitude of a patient, that comes out affects the health worker.
Yeah.
So it's so interrelated.
As a patient baby or affected obi a ɔrehwɛ no na as a obi a ɔrehwɛ no so yɛ no affect obi a ɔyɛ dɛ or a patient no and I them recognize.
Yes, thank you for prompting me. So I think I'll be doing the code switching more and more.
Yeah.
So that means zebra for them too much.
Exactly.
And see, then my mechanic. Back to your question. Once we are talking about what the health worker benefits or what is available to the health worker, we need to start, especially from the legal perspective, we need to start from the constitution.
Into Ghana
The Ghana Mbra, no FAPEM. Okay, what legal aspects we call the Grundnorm, It is the constitution is the fountainhead from which all our laws emanate and derive their strength and source. So we can hardly talk about legal issues without making reference to our constitution.
Your constitution.
In some of our health workers who for one and patients one they are mainly in chapter 5 of the Constitution 1992, which deals with fundamental human rights and freedoms.
Sure.
And Semetum are bore one kakra because most people do not feel comfortable with the law. But you can hardly talk about legal issues without making reference to the law. You see,
what we need is the law.
You need to touch the bare bones of the law before you get to the flesh.
Yeah.
And it's in the flesh that you get the sweetness and the freshness.
Exactly.
So let's go to the bare bones of the law. Article 12 of the end Constitution, 12.1. Also, it's a meeting making kind of brofwa. What's the founder? Me paraphrase so that on a law too much. Me paraphrase Article 12.1. Or the fundamental human rights and freedoms shall be respected and upheld by all natural and legal persons in Ghana, and shall be enforceable by the courts. Into also then all natural and legal persons. Natural persons are human beings, be they health workers or patients. Okay. And then legal persons are the health institutions, or any company. They are all legal persons. And now, what my yata said, the fundamental human rights and freedoms shall be respected and upheld by all natural and legal persons in Ghana, and shall be enforceable by the courts. Now, Article 12.2 says every person in Ghana shall be entitled to the fundamental human rights and freedoms of the individual contained in this chapter, that is chapter 5, but subject to respect for the rights and freedoms of others and for the public interest. And see, I will enjoy freedom, another fancy as it were. It seems to be like independence, but enjoy freedom. Freedom. No, or they were there, open baby. It is a shared baby, my open, not a child, not a 8 year. Other people want another one freedom though. And also affects the public interest. Now we go to Article 14. Which is that so far the bare bones of the law are not too dry. Article 14.1. Also, no person shall be deprived of his personal liberty except in accordance with procedure permitted by law. Into 14.1d. Also, in the case of a person suffering from an infectious or contagious disease, a person of unsound mind, a person addicted to drugs or alcohol. Then I make my paraphrase. Say, if you are only memra retail, may be because it's essentially a paraphrasing. If you were a condition beat the COVID, another there's this one which
dengue fever is now happening now.
And could be
Ebola.
I think cholera.
Okay.
You see, demon will more restrict to kakra. Because in the case of a person suffering from an infectious or contagious disease, if you have an infectious or contagious disease, you have to
Other,
let go of
yeah.
a certain part of
Yeah.
freedoms.
Intum nkade.
O fa ho zinti na che de yare wo yare ba na enya no otum san nkrofo easily. Now I was
quarantine.
o fa ho zinti na de
Even though your family were health is it your freedom of that kind, but still no law no man kwande say as I ye family no
so be affect before fra
open baby or affect to before fra so it doesn't go beyond that. Okay,
enti dem fa ho zina so say e bi asabi otafra che uti wa kakakra na wonye uko asylum them Fahunzino will be restricted.
Even though it was Fahunzi, but Osan the Wutra Kakrentino, or there was a baby I would marshal.
Exactly. It's them Fahunzino, why are restricted? Because in your unsound mental state, you've been kept in an asylum against your will.
Okay.
But at that moment, or there,
okay.
You see, then we go to Article 15.
Okay.
15. Okay, so let me just go straight to 15.1. Okay, I'll take 15.1 and 2.
Yeah, we are ready for you. That's why we are here. To tell us about the law.
So the dignity of all persons shall be inviolable. No person shall, whether or not he is arrested, restricted, or detained, be subjected to torture or other cruel, inhuman, or degrading treatment or punishment.
So even though, because of no home family Maba hospital, no, even though ebi a yarba no ayam no about my affect nkofo or who Canada or quarantine another washam, even though other way am them on said way am azibia about affect may other human rights.
Exactly. Or said what baby when you kasana what treat to in a way in the nimtia. Okay. The man soon on said that what baby or yet to them a baby.
Okay.
So torture or other cruel, inhuman, or degrading treatment or punishment. Inti being po sebiota fracture na adriaka. When you baby now was a chain, now was now from
even though we're protecting public residence, so instead of what treat you there as if
you're inhuman or you're degrading.
Okay.
That was it. Them chains no better chill. Now why sebiota fracture? What jai don't cause no nyandeba. Oh yeah, wajina wa kakakra. Ebia through no fault of yours, simple. Now or there watching with them. And so yeah could be in so any other condition that detracts or is likely to detract from his dignity or worth as a human being.
Okay.
And see, in the midst of all of the possibilities that all freedom could be restricted, you shouldn't be treated in a way which is inhuman or degrading.
But lawyer, honestly, the question then becomes who determines as that was degrading?
So
as that nurses me, as that doctors me. My men want compare one privacy be no was one sorry to say was one was without your consent because they said they are doing examination, all those kind of things. So it makes who determines who not determine there as that wasn't you or you're inhuman.
You see no it be back at a jump gun.
Okay, let me take
my
let me allow you to lay your foundation.
Okay, please. Them side now was baby. And see, in this case, we are talking about how do health workers talk to patients? Okay, or me or them there because I know a lot of health workers and all of that, and I'm really close to most of them now. I am a health worker by association.
Because your wife is a health worker. Let me say that.
Because my wife is a health worker, I'm a health worker by association, and then most of her friends are my friends.
But today we want to talk about the law, so we want to know what the law says.
So a lot of people complain about how some nurses talk to them when they go to the hospital and all of that, you see. But the question is it right? Onya kuno or him. The person, hardly will anybody go to the hospital and say, I want to feel the ambience of the hospital.
Exactly. You'll be on hospital.
Me catching from my feel hospital environment. They be Onya kuno beko no chedo him. Onya kuno is in dire straits health wise.
Exactly.
Whichever care you can give, no, make the person feel at home and all of that, your best read 1 year because you are better knowledgeable in the Bible than I am. What's it, out of the something of whatever no is the truth to say BB. I don't can BB fa
can some for hospital workers
na baby in your or no let the health workers be a little more guarded and caring in the way they. But to the glory of God, my wife is
your wife is
caring,
not like that.
Yes,
your
my
wife
is a very
caring,
yes.
yeah.
Then the last part of the Constitution, Article 41, okay, that is under the directive principles of state policy. So that we've moved from chapter 5 to chapter 6. The exercise and enjoyment of rights and freedoms is inseparable from the performance of duties and obligations.
Like that.
And accordingly, it shall be the duty of every citizen to respect the rights, freedoms, and legitimate interests of others, and generally to refrain from doing acts detrimental to the welfare of other persons.
I like the way you have laid the foundation. First of all, akade or woman or one day or ma into me yazibi because the year baby won. And as I said, even though the mukwanese, but on said away on Zemabia obey the infidel impact.
Exactly.
And as I said about the yeah, them natural the Emmy health worker no, and Emmy so nurse, doctor, lab technician, so I have we both other here na treat you want there then respecting here human rights. Is that not what you have said so far? Very good. So that's a good foundation.
Me a teacher in Chemeka a good class prefects.
All right. So let's know what the law is.
You see, so the part of people inserting their fingers or whatever at various places. Let me once again try to make peace with people I'm affiliated to in the health sector, so that me do fear my wife when you may troubles. And my main a short story being shown. In the law, there's a principle our friend of prescription.
Okay.
Now, then prescription has to do with this. It be BB or inconvenience in neighbors and our people around. Now, all yet shadow for over 21 years. Now, in Kofa, in Zamano or one can one court and not BB them. Then the law deems it there. And one acquiesce, what judge there, but or no, the man or doye. Now, there was this case, Dr. Bina, a confectioner be all toffees, them sweetness, or next door neighbors. Confectioner, why no toffee, a Juma for 20 years now, and those days, no, toffee, Juma, no, we use more time pestle. You see, and Dr. B. Bosch. Why a German for over 20 years? Then the doctor built his consulting room just attached to the wall between
the wall. No separate one.
Exactly.
Doctor no be a toffee.
Okay. And a doctor no osaman ma oye toffee. There no more than a person or this type nejuma or ye no clients, no patients or you see, in Chembrem no. Because of prescription, a doctor in Yasem, that is to say, he hasn't got a case. And I Rebecca the Nasa Menet into ways the kind of court. So we on said those. But unfortunately, we wait here a confectioner.
We be a toffee.
Manoya toffee. We wait here. Now we wait here and we wait here. Legal analysts or analyzers and what's it? And the judge also indicated in his judgment there, the time a doctor no OC no consulting room next door to the confectioner no multi-person area no. Them time no na or there 20 years of prescription or starts counting. It is less than the 20 years. Yes, it's less than the over 20 years that we could say he's caught by prescription. You see, but legal analysts analyze it and realize that no. Prescription is prescription, but we'll be assembly in favor of the in favor of the doctor no because of nejuma, the nature of nejuma and no importance as compared to a juma na confection and more tofino
Okay.
Yeah, can the better the tofini pano nampo or microphone once say but doctor no oh my, and that is why it was ruled in the favor of the on your demand every legal brain knows that a prescription oche doctor no.
So what me as a bonimpo okoda for more than 20 years local in law no but makado normal why jatum society na jatum the man or
it depends on what the person is doing.
Okay, I'm talking about normal things like that.
Yeah, okay. In them affect into them are man you also no in them are no tofino and it went beyond 20 years. But doctor no or someone there or affect or disturb nejuma no. Though his consulting room was his house was there, he was next door to this confectioner for over 20 years because the law wanted to side with the doctor because of the nature of the work he does what kind there no consulting room time I was in no consulting room no onion z 20 years in broad a confectioner so that shows the value of the work of the doctor. Once again in law there's something we call thoughts, and in thoughts there is the thought of battery. You see, battery is such that a hag bimpo without the person's consent or a hag now. Or better more somehow there a hag without no consent. You know, it's you've intentionally applied force to him, to his body, trespass to his person. Now. Doctors, health workers are not caught as such by this thought of battery. So there's a case where it be in sabor, it be no backside. What's a battery action? But how do we describe the work of gynecologists? And one was the one thing and gynecologists because they normally deal with
gynae cases
exactly.
Yes.
And by the nature of their work, almost every day they touch the labia minora and labia majora of ladies.
But it's not against their consent. Then also.
That is where your question is answered.
Okay.
By the same token, no, a sebiota fracture being pulse, cocoa, or hospital, as in wait no rectum. Now a doctor's in you see, once it could be battery. In the normal sense of the word, but because the person has given his or her consent.
Other doctor no oje consent, other nyimpa no gituma ansana wetuma edamaza zan also.
Yes. You see, it's not always na other onya kuno ka there
Doctor Butuma
doctor yemide and na yemide because as part of the treatment no other doctor no ye. We have elements of battery. And one of them is presumption of consent. Into where as a yare baby today, Pulse Alba Hospital. By the nature of the treatment he has to give you, no, or doesn't such a rectum.
And by nature there, in fact, there as if you were say. Into once I worry about hospital as in you know, doctor as into on your battery. On your against the law. Okay.
See, now say meet me Zimbra, Sam Kakra. I don't know what's a volatile non-fit injury. One is not.
Oh my attempts in there. I'll Henry and Sassy Kakra.
It's one is not injured by that to which he consents.
Okay. Okay.
Enti wara aja tum de wo yare be dey na ode wo treat to. Now was insa hye honom na we treat to ho atowa. Enti me fechi nka de o consent as na ema ho consent de one year no. Efi abataw.
Okay.
And the doctor is fought by the thought of party.
Dr. Nayad, okay.
And see, there are nuances.
Okay. Yeah, it's a weird Serbia. All right.
But in the midst of all of this, and so no, there is the need for doctors, and so to see there are some things that not one so try what you ought to do.
Okay.
Because as part of the fact that you are doing your work and society recognizes the importance of your work, as soon as patient obeba a hospital and now consulting room and now nurses so one nursing stand and now a
wards and
department as a public health department now once a patient comes there, you should know that onyakuno ozino abesha on sign in a certain way.
Okay.
So the person is dependent on you. You see,
impano ozino abesha on Saturday buano. Nti ni bibia no awona irresponsible. Awona Ghana banu jende be the right thing. Okay.
You see, nti the person's rights na ya kan ho asem including the right to life. Na azin na no. Because of the health condition.
Okay.
Into once I was no one abesha them. Embra fixes something on you. We call duty of care.
Into Ghana Brano or expect duty of care from our health worker now. Yara from Abano. Okay.
Into waba. All right. Into when you bana once so ajatum they be treating not there you owe that person a duty of care.
Okay.
You see now with that duty of care no there is the added responsibility to ensure that you don't breach that duty of care.
Okay.
Because there's a standard that you have to. Exactly.
Them Ghana ban as our our health worker no and yentia them new patient now about.
Exactly.
Okay.
And see say as it's yana bibia otia onya kuno ne health. You know, a breach them duty of care now. Then there obviously be a resultant injury. Okay. And see,
so it's not like the law of Ghana is giving you there to do anything to the patient in the name of I'm taking care of you.
Yes.
Okay.
There's the need to ensure that whichever care you are giving the person also know it is reasonable care under one rules. Under one professional ethics. The health charter. There's this the Health Professions Regulatory Bodies Act. You see, all the duties you are performing, all the services you are rendering, they should fall within these parameters of the law.
How I take care of patients, no, association, no profession, as our catch of the year, untia agency, in fact, be a Ghana Health Service, one is our catch of the year, untia anything against the midwifery council, untia MDC, untia anything against your professional bodies. I know what you're saying. Beautiful. Okay.
So we should not lose sight of the fact that there is the ground norm, the constitution.
The constitution of Ghana, yeah. Okay.
And see, all what you do, or there, and make sure that you are within those parameters. Otherwise, you are doing what you ought to do as a health worker, rendering service, rendering health care. Yet you could fall foul of the law.
Okay. That's a good one.
And see, I would want us to zero in on certain instances. So it takes us back to the law. Once you are dealing with the law, you deal with the constitution, you deal with statutes, Health Professions Regulatory Bodies Act. You deal also with case law. nkrofo za court court why we boitia the nkrofo health workers enti is a court ebua cases na ewie enti met my bo cases the title na the facilities enti me bo case no title na or health facility be nizin or shawa we bua it is open to the public. It's in the public domain. Enti we have the case of state versus Inchi. Now a student nurse who mistakenly injected a baby with arsenic instead of mepacrane.
Panzi or
one different panzi. The child's condition immediately deteriorated and died within a few hours. A post-mortem examination revealed that the death of the child was caused by arsenic poisoning. It's them duty of care.
It's not our door one pansy. Your duty of care our man.
Yes.
But I want a pansy one.
One pansy that them pansy for Yarba no the ben no. On ya no pansy no the one. It's now I want pansy one. That's what I'm trying to say. At times the Lord thinks in slow motion. It's a rook or a pansy bona.
Somebody is asking for your name. The person is enjoying the show. What's the name of the lawyer there? Let me give you his full name. Please, can you help us with the full name?
Lolonyo Kwame Agbayaka.
Yeah, so that's lawyer Lolonyo. That's how I call him to be short. Lawyer Lolonyo. In fact, we are enjoying the show. This is our Panzer body. So what did the law say?
Panzer no, or the one no. Or your Panzer. Panzer papa for a different Yarba.
Yarba different.
But them Yarba it was a bed. No, not there. Yeah, back at the one the Panzer born. So it's a post-mortem examination. No, revealed there the death of the sick child was caused by arsenic poison. You see, and then in law we have principles that govern almost everything. And see, them duty of care, breach of that duty, the injury. Now make one sem no. They all fall under negligence. And see the legal principle that was being looked at in this scenario. In fact, it applies. That's the main principle that applies to most health care challenges or cases. Negligence. And see over here, practicing without a license. So that will also fall under the Health Professions Regulatory Bodies Act 2013. And see, the court held that the student nurse was liable for the charge of manslaughter. Now another case.
Why did they have to deal with the person rather than the institution? Oh well, I can't question the court.
I'm happy you said that. Okay. You see, it wasn't in a hospital setting.
Okay.
Student nurse,
yeah, and it's not even that is in fact I love what you just said. Honestly, say you have to make sure that you know our license or a very professional person.
Thank you.
In that vein, let me advertise for Amazing Grace Optical Service. Look, lawyer will be right back. That's and if you listen to this show, this is Hope Inspirations. We bring this to you every Saturday. Biara. This guy knows his stuff. He's a lawyer. He's a practicing lawyer, private legal practitioner. So he's not just here to say anything. And Hope Inspirations, we are bringing you in some church. Try there. Be educate. The whole thing is free. Educate, inspire, inform. That is what we want to do with Hope Inspirations. And this show has been brought to you by kind sponsorship of Amazing Grace Opticals and Accessories. Amazing Grace, what's the when you have problem? Branayan show. Your optometrist, your different cofa when you are more. Emma, why in your young panzer one? Emma, no problem. That's my okay. It's a shame. Amazing Grace, your at Amo Street. Your Coronation Junction, I remember Tinin Chenhua, Edua Bisara, about your Amazing Grace. Frehen was 0553 364 281. 0553 364 281. In fact, yeah, but they catch also there. In your drubiana, in your drubu quality will form la de capital med, a pharmacy, a drugstore, cheap zone, clinic, hospital, labs, azibia was a share patient, patient, either share. Yen call far or day shahon ye or gun bremuno. Capital meds there, yes, in abamo, but I shall call for. Now, when you come possible, your drugstore now, our bra, na you make arrangement to check kakra. A syringes, sample bottles, giving set, gloves, any medical laboratory, bra capital med, na capital meds today, you be better than you be more, na you more wholesale price, you more than retail price, wholesale price. If you capital med, our iba pay do intermittent junction, traffic light junction, if for offended kwame na walker ne lane mu hɔ nara ebohu yɛ nice edifice a yesu wɔ pink house wɔ in fact I want to my friend na ka aza here and about WhatsApp here no pa yes bebro wɔ fie yɛ delivery guy is bebro tablets syrups creams Ghanaian international brands quality brands capital meds there is ni na bebro yɛ na manyi 050 541 2772 050 541 2772. Top ideas. I feel would not have a crew. Make sure that in cook down there. I feel 1 year into in them. Top ideas. As you both crew down there more, you crew no fire more 15 to 20 years warranty. Yeah, but make sure that 1 year time, no say BB. Illegal baby, I buy a bed that you're paying the fire more free because you're paid ibada in Sunan and Namhuna. The top ideas. Top Ideas Roofing, your Mori tow booth opposite the Glorious Filling Station, and our Abra Stadium Clinic, Stadium Junction, sorry, close to the Ford Vendor. Frehen was 0542 847049. 0542 847049. Yen show your friend Hope Inspirations. The pedestrian yen assembly to bro every Saturday. It was Darling 90.9 FM. Frehen was 0533 595 626 0533 595 626. Frehena Soyana Asana boy, and into me the educated spank of name for a cook down from Branoma Church and Zemabia, and ye fido. Ye, Bobo phone line. In fact, ye penny phone line whilst our doctor had Bayin is there. Please, I like the show. Keep it up. This is a good education. All right, Bayin, thank you very much. Bayin from Jokwa. All right. This is the studio line. I want to open the studio line so that if people have questions, Dr. Wetume Biso, we can ask our lawyer. Studio line is 0242 088899. Maybe whilst they ask the questions, you can blend in with some of the points. 0242 0888. Okay, very free. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, please. Good evening.
Hello.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening.
All right. But who's in Abia Frefi?
I'm Pastor James. Pastor Sibraki.
Okay, but yeah, it's lawyer too.
You can say this question.
But it's
But the demon is casting away one. I'm saying, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm a call system. I'm kind of going to go to the woman injection. Woman overdo it. Maybe it's so much oxygen to mother.
Oh.
You see, at the moment, I can assure you.
Oh.
You see, the better doctor, only man, a lawyer, on Jamie, the doctor, no. Why are you can even do this thing? We are no quick. I'm careful my cover.
Yeah, you should my lawyer back half on I. Right. But that's very okay. Yeah, the money is 0242088899. 0242088899. All right, lawyer. Let's I think you have to address this one. Then any other
Um,
ideas that you have for that?
also, oh yeah, then no
Or,
condition
or
about.
yeah, DNC like more like what they do for people who are having miscarriages.
Okay.
And I say doctor no want to draw, no want to draw no, and the next no who answer oxygen in so almost like he was passing out.
Okay.
So is what and afterwards he has not seen the doctor again. There's not been any conversation from the doctor. Is there
Okay.
anything like that?
Nti well, maybe our friend of vicarious liability.
Mm,
Nti say ebi a ɔyɛ adwuma wɔ baby.
mm-hmm,
Ɔyɛ n'adwuma
mm-hmm,
within no work schedule.
mm-hmm,
Na biribi tɔkyema
mm-hmm,
anaa ɔyɛ biribi dze tia ebi nti sɛ ebetumi akɔ straight for it to ano no case ne de a ɔkɔɔ health facility
No.
so ɔyɛ clinic anaa dɛ ɔyɛ hospital a ɔkɔɔ a health facility ehu a ɛna dem health facility no doctor na ɔhwɛ no nti biribiara a ɔbɛtɔkyema with that health care no the health facility be it a clinic or the hospital is vicariously liable for the acts of a no employee.
And so that hospital management, no.
Yes. Obetima and them.
Okay.
Normally for some of these things, no sebiota fracture. Say you walk into say a former patient now. You walk into a health facility now, they may not take you that seriously.
Okay.
And you may need to get a lawyer who will then
try
guide
and work
you
the things out
as to how to go about things.
Okay.
You know, possibly if I may give some free legal right to the facility, you know, about this, and then if things do not go right, then legal action will be taken.
You take the right action.
And
Okay.
I recall that those times I may practice for Accra Day. It wasn't an instance such as this. Nemo, hospital be. I know you want case no one court you want clear the main hospital is in Woma ebinufum was my be fufu. And
that can happen. Really?
And young clients will be who you na you call hospital now you throw to them and all of those things and compensation into it will contribute more there.
I think we should be having lawyers in our hospitals sitting at the junction.
And the sad part of this story I'm talking about now is that young clients know before they consulted us, now one will handle one issues with the health facility. And the health facility had its lawyer in the meeting. The CEO of the hospital was there. Head of pathology was there. Now young clients see lawyer fire no question. Not CEO fire. Now pathology professor of those pathology. That's what fire no. Osha na ontum and it's your buy and so you fire one letter crow we sat down and then they got a good compensation.
Sometimes when you then why a mistake but say anya lawyer be mo enzo because my small mommy came nature day no otum take it up correct obenya bibi kakra na
for all you know bia through mommy in a case another other similar cases either the doctor and wayfi the facility another way in easy but whatever it is that doesn't exonerate the health facility from doing what they ought to do as employers of that employee who caused her this injury.
Okay, please. All right. So you're in Komo, your friend Hope Inspirations. But my friends in Komo or your hospitals, my face another health worker put it say, what is your contribution? I also want to share then. But my friend was 0242 088899. Okay, please. Somebody just called. All right. Hello. Yeah, good evening. Please, your name and where you are calling from. Good evening. But who's in the way of Revi?
You're from Daniel.
Oh, Bradan. Yeah, I know this one. Bradan.
I'm for sure. I'm there. Why not? Waka Sapama.
Fire.
You know this.
Okay. Okay.
Some other comments last week I was saying that medical officers, no,
Okay.
we need to do a lot of training and retraining and orientation.
Okay.
Is our one.
Okay.
Because I there Ghana has there Abuja. Almost every day, will have a number of people suing health facilities and then medical officers.
I see
Because
also.
of some negligence,
Very, very serious issue.
Now, I believe that moving forward, because of like people like I don't know, the kind of education they are giving to people, no?
Yeah.
A lot of eye openers are coming.
Yeah.
And I'm to start taking some of these issues.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I could be, one of the health facilities. That's something there. When you're a lawyer, come on, lawyer, and be stupid. Or no one to leave him. Because of treatment, I wasn't my patients.
I saw. Yeah, it's yeah, it's of concern.
I think that patients health workers,
yeah,
one cannot do without the other.
Yeah.
You know,
he know they treat you know
but most of the health workers I will see there. I want to work with school. Yeah, every go to work in the reflow again, no cost.
Okay.
I will what the call.
All right.
On the work or a
Okay. Ronan, thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, please. Okay, please. Ronan, thank but it's but I think it's an issue that has to be discussed very, very, very well. But Dr. Hobbs is making sure that I'm really enjoying the discussion. The council is loaded and full of knowledge. It's solid and quality education. So people are loving the presentation. But my friend, I think we take 2 more callers, then we'll go to lawyer back for about 3 minutes, then we leave. 0242088899. 0242088899. All right, lawyer. So let's hear you. Well, I think we have about 3 minutes more.
Okay. See, another case, Asafo versus Catholic Hospital of Apam. The plaintiff's 6-week-old daughter was admitted at the defendant's hospital, and then I think a few days later, the child disappeared. Nobody knew the child's whereabouts.
All right. Now I think we have someone calling. Let's play this one. Hello, good evening. Your name and where you're calling from? But you're always going to be afraid of me.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, please. Good evening. Reverend Yamwa.
Yes, good evening.
I'll give you 20 seconds. Good evening, Reverend Yamwa. Okay, please.
Okay, then my first concern is when you go to a hospital, based on the condition you are feeling, you tell the doctors that, I wanted this to be done. The doctors, based on their expertise, they say, no, we want this to be done. And you allow the doctors to prevail. But when the doctors say years later, you have problems. Legally, what is the next right step to take?
That's a good question.
Based on the lawyer's presentation, I kept on hearing him saying that there are some conditions where you should know that when you come to the hospital, the doctors might be tempted to touch certain places, which might be even against the law. I think Joseph said you have the right, like maybe if you know that this thing is your right for it to be done. It's more concerned, maybe when something is wrong, but because it will make you feel good, you are doing it. Can we accept it like that? Say, because when you do it, it will make you feel good. So we just accept it.
All right.
Just because that's my
all right. Yeah, Reverend, well, thank you very much. I think counsel will answer you quick, then we move forward from the airplane.
So there's something in law we call the reasonable man.
Okay.
Reasonableness is at the base of our laws.
Okay.
I think it's even worldwide. Reasonableness.
Okay.
So it's not to say there are certain things that the person may do to you which is against the law, but because you want your health, no, it's whatever the person is doing, is it reasonable? Is that what any reasonable doctor will do?
Okay.
You see, when you go to the chop bar to get fufu, you are watching them pound it. The way the guy pounds it, is it hitting the middle of the mortar or the side? What will a reasonable pounder of fufu do?
Okay.
So by the same token, what will a reasonable doctor do? We are human, you know. There is something we call discretion. You'll be able to tell when someone is going beyond where they have to go.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay, so a gynecologist touches the labia majora and labia minora of a woman. Okay, almost on a daily basis. But when it gets to a certain point, you can tell that no, where he's going is beyond.
It's doing fantastic. All right, I think we have to address the question there. You go to the hospital. I will there when you're day. Now you panos what's the MMA professional. More you know you're day. Now who I wasn't, but later on, as I say, is there a way for the person to take a step?
Yes, we take responsibility for no actions.
Okay.
So it still goes as it goes back to, so the or take it or kind of, this is how we should go about it because of my training. Whatever he did, no, was it reasonable? Did it appear like it was a careless regard for human life when he was treating you?
Okay, so
if it
the
wasn't,
law will answer it.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. The law answer it. Thank you.
Now you're training me to be a lawyer.
The law answer it, you know.
All right, thank you very much, lawyer. I've enjoyed the show, and thank you so much for making time to join us here on Hope Inspirations. And in fact, me today is Shianza Mabbre, and show you as a bro every Saturday, Biara Obononsona, right here on Darling 90.9 FM, and in the didn't come off far what it means with the basics. He tried with us to get the basics of the law. Ghana and Branch Shedden will health work and IN nurses. And next week, your business comobio here so blood genotype in our in a childbirth. Or yanzama be uncle phone shutdown, you know, a pede in I love you, continue was a but blood genotype, aquatic or your blood genotype. It's Yambo next week, your business we have a wonderful doctor who is joining us next week. So as we are ending this show, I want to encourage you to go to church tomorrow, God willing. One thing is certain, we are not here on earth forever. Your maker will one day call you, wherever you are, whatever you are going through. In Romans chapter 10 verse 13, the Holy Scriptures advise and say that whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. I want to encourage you then, more importantly, my Jesus Christ, give Jesus a chance, give Jesus Christ a chance to be the Lord of your life. I want you to know that God loves you. Don't give up. If you be our panzabonumpa, Yankopon Butum Aboa Hen, don't give up yet in life. So, and on that note, I want you to pray this with me. I want you to give Jesus an opportunity to be the Lord of your life. God loves you, God cares. Please pray this with me. You can brofum, then we leave here. Our time is up. Let me just try to get somebody into the kingdom of God. Say, Jesus, I'm a sinner. Jesus Christ, may as born in the Brahma kumem, Brahma brabum, the rise son, Namutum Bobra in Shawzin. The bottom pay and coupon, ehu mobor, Namezanoa, Namezewa brabo, Zasha Nansa. God bless you, and I want to see you in church tomorrow. I'm watching my uncle Sarata, Capital Med. Yesterday, ye pede ye bo my pharmacy and our drugstore no, osipim, or hospital no. I will feel pone pedru be a friend. Capital Med is yen delivery guy and was bro, and son of a bone wajiska. Your number is 0505412772. Amazing Grace Optical Accessories. In your problem be yes, your bed and your bosha amo. Amazing Grace, ye more from Monday to Saturday. Na your number 05533 62481. top ideas there. A pedia crew down the more 15 to 20 years, Nina non pada. Your pade a bright a banner show than the singing a advice free, quotation free. You're not many 054284 7049 0542847049. Thank you very much for making time with us today. God bless you. Yeah, that's a bit brave. It may say, next week, you'll be share our day. Bye bye. All right. Thank you very much. But I'm grateful for your time with us here. Have a wonderful time.
Pleasure is all mine.
Is it?
Pleasure is all mine. So you're going to be here for a little longer.
No, I'm coming. We're going.